This week's lesson is on grammar and imagery in poetry. Both elements are standalone topics, but when paired well, can create an immersive experience with your poem. Is grammar really a necessary element when you're writing poetry? Grammar can prove to be tricky within poetry. It is helpful to first know the rules of societal grammar expectations. However, a key note is to realize that grammar structure is subjective in that different societies have their own rules, and those rules change. Those rules are changed by everyday people with a common vision. You can break those rules. You can break those rules to create a flow in your imagery that allows the reader to feel your words instead of just read them. Have you ever been told to show, don't tell in your writing? Literary imagery is the difference between flat writing and a vivid painting in words. She struggled to climb the mountains is flat. There is no feeling involved because there is no specific imagery. She trudged the jagged walls of the monolith, that cold stone giant of the earth. Her hand bled burning pain, and her feet were spikes in her spine. In this version, you are painted a much more detailed vision. You can feel her struggle with her rather than seeing merely her ascent. Grammar and imagery make a great team when creating an immersive literary experience. Number 1. Breaking up lines and stanzas will help your reader absorb what you are saying. The deeper and heavier the imagery, the smaller the lines and stanzas should be. This does not include prose, which is welcome for the assignment this week. 2. I'm going to direct quote Jessica Willing. We have to think about punctuation in a poem as breaths. More than that, punctuation is your best tool to help set up the flow. This is how the poem is read, and each grammatical choice tells your reader where to pause and how long that breath should be. Think about the rhythm you want to set. Even with poems that have what appears to be no punctuation, the writer uses capital letters and line breaks to affect the flow. 3. There are no limits on what you can use for metaphors and allegories. Everything is connected. You just need to find that connection. What makes sense to you? How would you describe an object that makes no sense to someone else? How do you get someone to be excited for something they have never felt? 4. Thesauruses are your friends. Do not be afraid to expand your vocabulary and search for a word you've never heard of, or brings a deeper meaning to your words. Do this during editing though. It becomes far too easy to get immersed in trying to find that perfect word. You just end up losing the natural flow of your writing. And 5. Read your poem out loud. This is the final step in deciding if your poem exudes the meanings you are going for. For this week's assignment, I want you to write a poem taking into consideration the intricacies of a well-woven piece using grammar and imagery. Take into special consideration the punctuation use and line formatting. After you post your poem, go ahead and comment on someone else's poem. Discuss the use of imagery and grammar within their poem and the feelings their poems evoke. Make suggestions if you think it will help, and ask questions to learn. Have fun with this assignment. Make up your own rules. This is your universe.